Lee was a kind and gentle man who had to face many issues throughout his life. He had faced many difficult times, but still, he was strong enough to move on. One fine day, Lee decided to take a long road trip by himself. He wanted to explore the world around him and find something new. He packed his car with snacks and supplies and started his journey. On the way, he met many strangers and made some new friends. As he went further away from his home, the place felt more unfamiliar to him. He was starting to get scared. He thought of turning around and heading back home, but then he saw a beautiful green valley on the other side of the road. He decided to follow his instinct and ventured into the valley. He was mesmerized by the beauty and freedom that he felt in that place. He drove for hours with no specific destination in his mind and eventually stumbled upon a lovely forest. He decided to camp there for a while and started exploring the place. He was so engrossed that he nearly forgot about his plans. One day, he heard a loud noise coming from the north. He decided to investigate and found a group of people trying to destroy a small lake. Outraged, he confronted them and explained to them why the lake was important. After a heated argument, they finally listened to him and left. Lee was relieved and started to return to his car. Suddenly, he felt a strong arm grabbing his neck. He tried to run away, but the person held him tight and threw him to the ground. With all his might, Lee managed to free himself. He was in a lot of pain, but he was still determined to find out who the person was. He followed the footsteps and discovered a small cottage in a nearby forest. It was then that he realized that the person was one of the criminals who were trying to destroy the lake. He was scared, but he was determined to put a stop to the criminals' plans. He knew that he had to find evidence of what the criminals had done. Lee searched the cottage until he found a pile of documents. He then rushed to the police station to report the incident. After informing the officers, they acted swiftly and arrested the criminals. Lee was glad that he was able to save the lake. After the incident was resolved, Lee still had a burning passion for adventure. He continued his journey and eventually ended up in a small town. There he found a place to settle down. He opened a small business and made a living. During his free time, he continued to explore the world. One day, he encountered a group of people who were trying to build a dam to pollute the river. He was shocked to see them carrying out such an activity and tried to talk them out of it. But they didn't listen, and he had no choice but to take matters into his own hands. He informed the authorities and they came in time to stop the criminals. Lee was glad that he was able to save the river. He was slowly realizing that his adventures could help the environment. For the next few years, Lee traveled around the world in search of ways to protect the environment. He joined many causes and advocated for the preservation of natural resources. He gave lectures and speeches about the importance of conservation.